Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well. Really do hope that I've made some tech changes. Now, it should be better quality. Good audio, hopefully. No desync issues with the sound. Better video. I spent a lot of time today sorting this out. I did a video this morning, and of course, since we've had the announcement of Joao Pedro as a new Chelsea forward, it's on the website. He's done some stuff on socials. Interesting though, because a lot of people are speaking about it. Where's he gonna play? Well, he himself said striker, and maybe, I know we've talked about new systems and this, maybe he is gonna be a centre forward. And look, what have we got so far? Centre forwards, we've got £29 million Nico Jackson, who's good, who Chelsea like, who football likes as a whole, but keeps getting sent off. He's not been consistently brilliant, and Chelsea might have a market opportunity to make a lot of money for him because loads of people want him. Delap's not going anywhere. Maresca loves him. Chelsea loves him. The Premier League, a lot of teams wanted him. But is Delap, even though he's wearing the number 9 at Chelsea, is he the undisputed starter? Joao Pedro looks like he costs nearly double the amount of what Delap cost Chelsea. Now, of course, there's reasons for that. Brazilian international, little bit more experience in the Premier League for a few seasons, and indeed English football. Brazil international, which always helps. And, of course, the positional and tactical versatility, which we're going to get into a little bit today. We're going to react to what he said in his interview, but also maybe speculate, could he be the guy? Is there a world where we sell Nicholas Jackson and, Joao Pedro is the first choice Chelsea striker and Liam Delap's the second choice? He is a good player. I've said it for many, many, many months, long before we were linked with him. Back when we were being linked to Evan Ferguson, I said we should look at Joao Pedro, not Evan Ferguson. And Brighton were quoting 100 million for Ferguson. Oh, how the mighty have fallen in his case. Anyway, welcome back. How you doing, man? Let me see if I've got these set up properly. Yes, the widgets. Yes, the new Football Therapy, new me, new content. Thank you for hanging out with me, liking and subscribing. It means a lot. Now, let's see if this transition works. Sweet as a nut, mate. It is all coming up, Yannick. Here we go. So we're going to be reacting to his announcement. Of course, I'm sure loads of you have seen stuff on social media, him doing an interview, but I want to read through what Chelsea said on their the website first. A powerful testament to family, resilience, and difficult choices that can accompany success. Joao Pedro's journey to Chelsea is a reminder of what can be achieved through the support of loved ones. He's only 23 as well. He says family is everything to me, states Pedro, in a response to delivered to a question about the importance of those closest to our new signing. Brazilians are a very family-orientated culture. It's quickly becoming clear the influence they had on him throughout his life, and a pivotal moment arriving at Chelsea at the age of 23, at the tender age of Chelsea of 23. Before I get onto the grass, I always kiss my tattoos. I have the names of my mother, Flavia, my grandmother, Dalva, in my arms. I want to give them the best life possible as they did for me. Oh, that's really sweet. That's genuinely nice. I had them done as soon as I could. Probably there's a 14-year-old in the favelas. Actually, when did he get to Watford? I think he was quite young. I could, as it helps me keep them in mind when I step on the pitch. Yada, yada, yada. Some more sentimental stuff. Nice. I was in Sao Paulo that the road to Chelsea began to forge Joao Pedro. It'd been different challenges, but driven by ambition and the dreams helping his family. Football was my dream. It was my mum's dream for me. She was doing Project Neymar from day. I went to school and was able to have a normal life, and after that, football. Yeah, we've got a lot of Brazilian now. Oh, wait, how many have we got? We've got Andre Santos, Esteban Willian, Joao Pedro, Joao Felix is Portuguese. I don't want to get the Portuguese lads swapped in. Okay, well, we've got. Is it those three? Thiago Silva's gone. Am I missing someone? Aaron Anselmino's the Argentinian. Anyway, we've got a lot of loads of South Americans, mate, and Portuguese speaking as well. Yeah, look. Lovely story, family orientated, and he goes on to speak about his football developmental positions. Played for Fluminense, which is nice. Sort of joined up Brazilian Chelsea law there. I played in different positions when I was at the academy. I played as a number 6 defensive midfielder, a number 8. Yeah, a number 10, which we'd imagine him seeing, a winger, and it was only when I went into the under-17s that I moved to a striker. So he's got this developmental history of positional versatility. Don't worry about number 6 and 8, mate. You won't be playing that at Chelsea. Maybe you could say that left pocket Maresca plays as sort of an 8, but really it's an inside forward number 10. I'm so intrigued. I'm so interested to see where Maresca goes with this. It's why sometimes I feel free to come deep and play the ball. I like to feel my awareness of the game is so much better of that time. It helps me facilitate my game. Now, a lot of people, football analysts, are talking about how Joao Pedro, he wants the ball to feet. He's going to come and link up play, and he's not going to stay in the box like maybe an Erling Haaland. He's not going to run in behind so much like Nico Jackson, and dare I say to a degree Liam Delap. He's different profile, and the more you look at it like that, the more it makes sense in terms of intelligent squad building for Chelsea. Having found a footing in Rio, another challenge was soon proposed, this time far beyond Brazil's borders. He didn't just move cities, but across continents, time zones, and a language barrier. But it was when Joao Pedro accepted his dream in playing in England. It all happened when I moved to Watford. Yeah, so he was still very, very young. Well, I mean, he was still with the under-17s. I'm going to quickly see when he moved to Watford, because I have a feeling he gets registered. He's kind of seen as homegrown. So, Watford 2020. Okay, so only 5 years ago. So he was 17. Maybe pre-18 that's homegrown. Because like Rob Sanchez, Brighton, he's like homegrown. It all happened when I moved to Watford. I had to start again, new place, new life. I had one friend who came along with me alongside my mum and my grandmother. I didn't speak the language and the weather was different. Yeah, bro, the weather's going to be different from Brazil. For 6 months, I couldn't talk to anyone. The good thing was I had my family. I would go to training, come back, and I was finally able to speak, bless him. The resilience he developed as a boy in Brazil proved essential as he faced new challenges, as a man in Hertfordshire. So it was tough. There's a little bit more there. He says he used to watch the likes of David Luiz, Ramirez, and Willian at Chelsea. When I was younger, it was a dream to play as a big club like them, and now I get to do that. I've joined one in Chelsea. I like it because he never says like I've always dreamed of playing for Chelsea. Obviously, you've seen that with Caicedo, Chelsea kit when he's younger. Wesley Fofana, Chelsea kit when he's younger. Even Jadon Sancho, we knew he was a Chelsea fan. He's an ambitious young Brazilian who wants to make it in the Premier League. And Chelsea, right, you'll do. This is right for me right now. And then he did the interview on social media. Many of you would have seen it. He said Lampard. To be fair to him, back of that kit, by the way, Lampard. To be fair to him, it was almost a little bit like when they said name a favourite Chelsea player. He was like Lampard. I was expecting, I don't know, you could have just said Thiago Silva or all the aforementioned, Luiz, Ramirez, Willian, or, he could have picked a bunch, do you know what I mean? Or someone more of that was a quintessential forward like he is. I know he's played a number 8, like Lampard's really a number 8 as well, isn't he? But, I like it, and I like how it's sort of there's not all this I grew up watching Chelsea, I can't believe it's Chelsea's good, Chelsea's a big club, loads of big clubs, I want to be a big club. It's literally I kind of like that, how it's sort of eliminating this sort of element of romanticism, do you know what I mean? I think that it's just raw and real. Okay, so he's confirmed this morning he's joined Chelsea in the United States, preparation for the Friday game against Palmeiras. I will be covering that game, guys. I won't be covering it immediately afterwards. I will be sleeping, but I found a way to watch it immediately afterwards, and then I will react accordingly. That's my plan, at least. He'll be training with his new teammates at the base in Miami today, look, he goes on again and talks about, Premier League, yada yada. So he's already got a relationship, apparently. He said I'm looking forward to playing with Moy. Moises Caicedo, when you call someone that, he will. I mean, I imagine he speaks fluent English because he's been here for 5. When you are 17 to 23 at somewhere, you will speak. You sort of grow up fully through your adolescence into like being a young man. You will culturally. You've got the youth, adolescence, and the adult. He'll be integrated in the sort of culture of, he'll be fine for Mandem FC. Let's just say with Chelsea. So he speaks fluent English, obviously Portuguese. He probably speaks Spanish as well. They all seem to, don't they? These South Americans and Portuguese speakers. And yeah, man, I like it, actually. They kind of reeled me in, him doing kick-ups and keep-ups and tricks on the beach with Yogo Benito and all that kind of stuff. And what it will be good for, I mean, Santos is fully integrated, not just Chelsea, but European football, with how good he's been with Strasbourg in France, and Ancelotti calling him up for Brazil. But there's going to be, I think it's really big for Esteval to have Santos and Joao Pedro there, and other Portuguese speakers like I don't know what's going to happen with Renato Veiga, but Pedro Neto and stuff like that, being able to talk to him. And yeah, I do wonder, because I listened to some analysis today on the Athletic podcast. People who know about Joao Pedro are very, very high on him. And actually, where lots of people are laughing at Chelsea, they've made another signing. People who know about Jackson and Delap and know about their profiles and tendencies and styles of play, and Joao Pedro, they're like, yeah, actually, And there'll be a style of play, because he's so different to the other two in terms of profile of a centre forward. And it's pertinent to remember, Joao Pedro, they said, what's your position? He says striker. He says, I can play that, but striker. That's what man's saying. So, there'll be a situation when we learn about him where Maresca will be like, okay, I'm going to play Joao Pedro as a striker now. Even if the long-term plan is to play him as a hybrid role, an inside forward, a left pocket, a number 10, or, someone that can rotate with Delap, who Delap does go wide sometimes as well. Everyone's been calling for Nico Jackson to play winger for a couple of years now, although Maresca does not like the style of wide forward Nico Jackson, as he wants more of like a Gittins and stuff like that, and, maybe slightly different Joao Pedro. But what I'm saying is, even if the plan from Maresca and Chelsea to a degree isn't, okay, Joao Pedro is going to really challenge for striker here, there almost certainly will be an acknowledgement that they will play him there sometimes. And there could be the situation where he plays a striker, he plays well, yeah. Maybe he's not running in behind like, the others do, but maybe suddenly he's like, oh, God, well, Cole Palmer scored two goals off that link-up play with Joao Pedro. Do you know what I mean? Like, and we haven't really seen, he's made Cole Palmer look confident in finishing again. Oh, actually, hold on. Him doing that has made Gittins get all this space on the left touched byline, and suddenly he's putting in loads of cutbacks for Fernandes, this, that, and the other, Actually, the centre-backs, they don't know how to deal with his movement. They've been marshalling the runners, like your Jackson and your Delap, well, but suddenly Pedro's making Chelsea play differently. There is I'm completely theorising here. I'm not saying he's going to be a sort of 2018 Roberto Firmino to Salah and Mane and make them both amazing, but you just don't know, because he's more of a false nine than the other like running direct nines. There is a really interesting element to that. So I wanted to sort of reference it, and horse's mouth himself. He said striker. Anyway, I want to put out to you guys, how do you feel about this signing? How do you feel about the potential of him becoming Chelsea's number 1 striker? I think it's very an intriguing subject matter. Guys, what do you think of the quality? Do you think it's better? Do you like this setup? Off the bat, I think it looks a lot better. I think I might have nailed it. If you like it, drop a like. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for subscribing. Road to 200,000 subs, which is a lot. So thank you for the support. And if you do choose to sub, hit the bell so you get notified when I upload, mate. Other than that, what else is there to say? I do more content on the second channel, Football Yannick, but that of course isn't Chelsea related. It's everything but still football. Right, look after yourselves, enjoy the football. Peace.